Destination, USA. Event, press conference. What is the discussion? Apparently, this black Steve Irwin over here mobilized the military to kill a fucking elephant, and they still couldn't do it. But you already know who did do it. Yujiro Hanma. And he left nothing behind, exceeding his protein intake for the year. So, while his dad is busy getting a roadkill, and I know that fucking meat was disgusting, his son is busy preparing and sharpening his skills through fighting some elementary school kid, slapping his ass, making him float above water like Jesus. Well, at least he got down with some movement. Isn't that right, Goro? But this day is full of surprises because apparently, according to Stridum over here, his dad killing the elephant was him finally acknowledging Baki as a worthy opponent. So Baki is going to need much more than slapping a kid around to prepare. He's going to need to invite him to his house and take him to his basement to watch him fight a giant praying mantis that he imagines exist, but it doesn't really. But if you thought that was it, then you're dead wrong. Because his real plan was to have a calm discussion with the President of the United States, telling him how he wants to get locked up in a maximum security prison. Now you're probably thinking that you can only go there if you committed a truly horrible crime. But I also forgot to mention that Baki f***ing kidnapped the president to have this discussion. But why would Baki want to do it? Well, it's only so he could fight the second strongest creature in the world after his father, Biscuit Oliva, also known as Mr. Unchained. You'll know why he's called this way later. But he can't just fight right away with Mr. Unchained. There's some levels to this shit, and Baki gonna need to climb his way up. But for now, welcome Baki to 60 Days In. Now the reason Baki needs to wait is because this guy over here, Guevara, also known as the second strongest guy, has a fight scheduled with Unchained. Now you're probably confused why he slept in the broom closet. Shit, it even threw Baki off. Well, the reason he gives is because he's a warrior. Now I don't know what kind of warrior he thinks he is, because the last time I checked, a prison warrior looks like this.
Somebody's gonna have to give us some booty. I'm a warrior too.
But Guevara is not just a booty warrior. He's also the president of a newly founded country that managed to gain its independency forcefully from the Nation of Freedom by breaking into the house of the President of the United States to show that Guevara can take his family hostage whenever he wants to. And the worst part of it is, he's not even in jail for this. He's just there to also fight Unchained like Baki and many others. Damn, these guys treat this jail like an adult daycare or something. And look at him just waking up after everybody. And I know he slept on the bed when everyone was out, trying to act tough with all that sleeping in the broom closet thing. But it doesn't really matter, because this guy just do what the f*** he wants to everyone involved. I can't say Baki also had a great time like this after they put him in a Houdini magic trick setup for destroying a fucking baton. But it's not all bad in prison, because he had the chance to create a friendship with the legendary boxer, Iron Michael. I think they ordered the wrong version. Anyway, it turns out that Iron Michael is getting released soon, and definitely not going to get brutalized beforehand by the most annoying trio in the show, paid by the boxing league.
If we're to do it, I think we ought to do it tonight.
And tonight they did. And oh my god, these people are insane. They entered a whole ass formation, ready to manhandle the champ, and getting some shots in sync. And did he just slapped him and ran away? But then the champ decided to go to the corner to do some of his peekaboo, just to get brutally stumped, looking like he got the Jake Paul treatment. But then, just when they're about to finish him off, this man Guevara rolls to them slowly, menacingly, looking like a Sonic adaptation, and you know he's about to collect them rings. So as usual, they bust out the standard formation, and this man started peeing on them like you usually do in fights. Notice, ladies and gentlemen, the absolute control he has to pee so quickly on command. The most impressive feat in this show so far. Now, with that being said, so apparently he just did it so he could look cool with his blood paintings. I don't know why he couldn't do it before, but hey, I can't judge. He still ragdolled one of them like one of these old Monsuno toys. I guess at the end of the day, the real power comes from protecting people that you care about. So finally, today is the day, the fight that we've been waiting for. Are we finally gonna watch Baki fight something real on a show called Baki? Of course not. The adults are now fighting. Guevara versus Unchained. So here comes Guevara, looking like the bum, older version of Mikey. Now here comes Unchained, carrying a bed? Okay, we need to go back earlier to the morning to understand that. So apparently Mr. Unchained claimed he has a girlfriend staying with him in his prison hotel suite, and everybody was talking smack behind his back, saying that he has as much girlfriends as I have subscribers. -1. So to prove she's real, he had to bring her with the whole king-size bed to watch the fight, because what the fuck is that? She looks like one of those deep-sea creatures yet discovered by men. Anyway, this isn't the usual fight like you thought it was going to be. The rules are simple. They both hold a handkerchief, and the first one to let go loses. So Guevara started warming up, giving him one of these combos you want to rage quit after, because you need to put down the remote to let him finish before you can do something. And his girlfriend doesn't give a fuck. I guess she got tired of listening to grown-ass man talk about the right way to hold a fucking handkerchief. And I know Baki feels the same, because while these two were fighting, he snuck into her bed just to mind Unchained, to finally take this fight seriously and blast Guevara to the wall, flipping him like he's a 12-year-old kid in gymnastics. And at the end, no matter how much dirt Guevara puts on his face, he's still gonna end up as a table. Yeah, so I think Baki needs to step it up if he wants to compete with this.
どうした坊や、おしっこか？
外出いいっすか？ちょっと外の空気を吸いたいんで。
I think I know where this is going.
Game over.
Our little Baki has grown right before our eyes, and finally did something this season. And to think, only a few episodes ago he was still playing pretend. Now all Baki needs to do is to find a reason to fight Unchained when he gets back to prison. Oh, I bet his dad watched it from the sidelines, like that one weird episode where he watched him about to lose his virginity and interrupted, giving him a motivational speech in the middle of his room with both of them naked. Who knows what else he's into? Anyway, kick's well-deserved. He made Unchained pull out that Walmart special edition zapper, using him as a prison workout prop before smashing him through the wall like... Never mind. So because of all of that beating and the plot armor kicking in, he has awakened a different shape to his back, so he's probably stronger now. And for you to realize how much stronger he is now, he made Unchained to curl up to a ball. God, this move takes me back. But you see, this isn't only a defensive technique, but also one for offense. Now, I don't know what he did to him inside, swallowing Baki in his tiger print bikini while sweating and breathing heavily. But I hope for Baki that all the true warriors are no longer in prison. But in their gayest part of the fight, they both remembered the honor of a fighter. It's not about the technique, the tiger print bikini, or even the sword fight in the urinal. It's about brute strength, a fist for a fist, grit versus grit, and the ability to force your will against the other. The final act is here, a fight that was never seen before in Arizona State Prison. A simple, yet a brilliant fight. Baki Hanma, age 18, against the second strongest in the world. Baki managed to push back Unchained, even though he's 100 kilograms lighter than him, progressing slowly towards the wall of the prison, not stopping for even a single moment with his barrage of attacks, until he broke through, straight up pummeling Unchained. And on this day, everybody knew without a doubt, Baki is the strongest in prison. I also love the fact that they gave him a bike to ride home, while they sent a military helicopter to watch over him. Couldn't they given him a flight or something? Subscribe while he eats the watermelon.